of evictions in our city. It has grown throughout the pandemic. A lot of people losing work, unable to pay rent, and not being able to come up with any agreement with landlords. And despite calls for the provincial government to implement a complete ban on evictions, notices continue to be issued and tenants have been protesting. See these banners like this, signs seen hanging from apartment balconies in buildings that have been affected, some banding together, deciding to strike in neighborhoods like Parkdale. City News reporter Mark McAllister joins us now this morning outside one of those buildings on King Street West, where we've been having this conversation, Mark, for months now. So where do things stand? Good morning.
Good morning. Well, those images you just saw are from Triller Avenue at a building just around the corner from this one here on King Street West. This is another example of where the tenants are in the middle of a fight with the landlord, a landlord that actually just bought this building a couple of years ago. And as a result of that, they feel as though they're being unfairly treated because they're being asked to pay for things that normally wouldn't be a part of the rent. As a result of that, there is a dispute. Eviction notices are being sent out to a number of the tenants. They in turn have said, okay, we're not going to pay our rent as part of a strike. I had a chance to speak with one of those tenants yesterday. Here's what she said.
Unite as tenants together. We're stronger as a team than individually. We're treading water here. We're dealing with water shutoffs, no hydro, no heat. A lot of people still are without their jobs who work in the service industry. So it's just bizarre.
That is a tough situation indeed, Mark. So who is the landlord here and what is that conversation looking like?
Yeah, well, as you can see over my shoulder, Golden Equity Properties. It is a company that owns a number of buildings in Toronto, other buildings throughout the country. They're actually based in Montreal. They are at the center of all of this, and they're handing out the eviction notices. When I did reach out to them for comment, all they would say at this point is that they're declining to comment. Same thing that when the tenants reach out, they're not speaking to the tenants either.
So what's next then? Because, we are months away from any sort of real normalcy and, people still can't pay these bills. So how long can this strike go on for? How long can this landlord continue this way? What do we do?
Well, what happens at this point is they can continue to fight. Unfortunately, what's going to happen is we've seen protests in this community a number of times, people saying that they can't pay their rent. What's happening, though, is these notices are continually being handed out to these residents, and they're being forced to go to the landlord and tenant board and try and dispute these. There have been thousands of these hearings over the course of this pandemic, and what it's leading to is the possibility of those evictions taking place, despite the fact that the province isn't actually enforcing them right now. But when this pandemic is through, it's going to get ugly. We're going to have more information coming up on City News at 5 and 6 tonight.
All right, appreciate it. That is Mark McAllister reporting live. Thank you.
Thank you.